Thank you for your participation for the event on India-Japan Skill Connect TITP and SSW Experience Sharing Today。本日は日印スキルコネクト技能実習制度と特定技能事例紹介にご参加いただきまして誠にありがとうございます。To begin our event, I would like to request His Excellency Mr. Sibi George, Ambassador of India to Japan, to give an inaugural remarks. はじめに、駐日インド大使、シビ・ジョージ閣下より開会ご挨拶をいただきます。
Good morning, everybody. Representatives from NSDC, CII, JITCO, Navis, JIC Ventures, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. Skilled workers' mobility has acquired salience and is integral to India-Japan bilateral discussions and dialogue at all levels. With its large, educated, and skilled demographic dividend, India's skilled workforce is contributing to innovation, research, economic growth, and development globally. India and Japan, therefore, are natural partners in skill development and resource complementarity. Earlier this month, we launched India-Japan Skill Connect, which was graced by Minister of State for Skill Development and CIT from India and Ministers of State for Foreign Affairs, Parliamentary Vice Ministers from Ministry of Justice and Health, Labor and Welfare from Government of Japan. This event also saw the participation of over 150 Japan-based companies from sectors such as consulting, IT, HR, manufacturing, etc. A skill facilitation cell was also launched at the embassy, which is functioning full time. Today's seminar on TITP and SSW is a natural progression in the series of skill development focused events that the embassy had announced to organize. We recently organized a business skill development event in the prefecture of Chiba, and next month we shall replicate the same in the prefecture of Fukuoka. Dear friends, today's event focuses on experience sharing under Technical Intern Training Program and Semi-Skilled Workers Program. We have with us speakers and panelists who would delve more into the various aspects of the two legal pathways available to Indian skilled and semi-skilled workers to move to Japan. I'm happy to note that there would be presentations on various aspects, including by NSDC and CII from India. I also delighted to see our Japanese organization with us to make the event successful. Friends, India would soon host the G20 Leaders Summit, which would see participation of nearly 40 heads of states and governments, including that of His Excellency Prime Minister Kishida-san of Japan. The three priority areas of discussion for the G20 Employment Working Group meetings have been: 1. Addressing global skill gaps; 2. Platform economy and social platform; and C. Sustaining financing of social security. We are also engaged with the Japanese side for enhancing educational linkages and training of professionals in India in Japanese language, with a view to increasing the number of Indian skilled workforce under TITP and SSW. Our aim is to aggregate the demand and develop a critical mass of available Indian skilled and semi-skilled workforce for the Japanese market, with an underlying objective of enhancing people-to-people exchanges, thereby supplanting the India-Japan Special Strategic and Global Partnership. I wish today's deliberations all the success and hope that the outcome would help in generating more awareness of the availability of skilled and semi-skilled workforce in India for Japanese business and society. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that remarks. Due to some unavoidable engagement, the presentation by Mr. Topden Zampo, Government of Sikkim, will be given later, and we will move on to the next program. やむを得ない事情により少しプログラムを変更させていただきます。Next, may I request Mr. Anshul Singh, Deputy General Manager, NSDC, to make a presentation virtually. 続きまして、インド全国技能開発公社副ゼネラルマネージャー、アンシュール・シンハ様よりオンラインでご講演いただきます。スクリーンをご覧くださいませ。
Yes. Shall I share my presentation? Hi, thank you. Oh, is my screen visible?
Yes, Anshul, you're visible.
Okay. So, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for organizing the seminar and inviting NSDC. NSDC, today we are in the session, we are discussing about the Skill India initiative, which is one of the prime initiatives by the government of India. Yeah. So Skill India is basically a mission by the government of India, which is implemented by the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. And it was launched by our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, to make India as the skill capital of the world. NSDC is a public-private partnership under the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, where 49% of the equity is from the Government of India through Ministry of Skill Development, and the 51% equity is from the private industry bodies, including CII, ASSOCHAM, FICCI. Overall, if we talk about the Skill India initiative, the government of India has been implementing one of the largest skill development schemes, which is PMKVY, under which almost 10 million youth are being trained every year. This entire initiative is being implemented in all the 28 states and 8 union territories in India. There are 37 industry sector skill councils with 14,000 plus job operations in 2,500 job categories. And overall, under the Ministry of Skill Development, there are around 25,000 plus skill training institutes, which also includes the various ITI colleges, the industrial training institutes, and polytechnic colleges. If we talk about NSDC, under the purview of the ministry, NSDC also has been playing a very important role in the Skill India initiative, where we have been implementing a lot of government schemes for this capacity building, industry partnerships and apprenticeship programs, CSR programs. There are technological platforms like Skill India Digital. And one of the important aspects is the international collaboration. And under that, the international collaboration, NSDC has set up a 100% subsidiary called NSDC International Limited to drive international collaborations and skill initiatives in different countries. Overall, under the ecosystem, NSDC's ecosystem, around 32 million candidates have been trained with the 95 million candidates were placed. There is a network of around 700 plus who are directly associated with NFDC and have been implementing different training programs in different sectors. So when we talk about TITP or SSW, all the sectors which are being covered are being covered are already being implemented by these training companies under NFDC's purview, and we believe that uh, many of these trained candidates will soon get an opportunity to come to Japan and work with the Japanese companies. Now, since Skill India has been a good initiative by the government of India, now the government is also expanding this initiative to make as Skill India International, which is like to make India as position India as a global source for quality talent. We are also working on creating an internationally recognized skill ecosystem with an opportunity for many Indian candidates for the global mobility. If we talk about from a sector's perspective, we are covering almost all the sectors, including manufacturing, healthcare, agriculture, textile, construction, automobile, food industry, restaurants like hospitality, plumbing, food, logistics, retail, including IT. If we talk about the different categories of institutes which are available, so India already has a pool of vocational skill development training centers. There are a lot of ITIs and MSTIs which focuses on the manufacturing and trade related trainings. There are various nursing colleges, engineering colleges, and hotel management colleges. And a major focus is being given on the foreign language institutes, which also includes Japanese language, German, and Korean. We all know about TITP and SSW. Since TITP started, the MOC was signed in 2017, which is an internship program, and SSW was MOC was signed between India and Japan for in January 2021, which is accepting the skilled workers in different sectors. And also, if we talk about high skilled professionals, we have IT engineers who have been coming to Japan for many years now, and many of the Japanese companies already has been accepting. Even now, also they are accepting a lot of IT engineers. Since NSDC is the monitoring body for implementing TITP in India, and we coordinate with JITCO, also OTIT, we currently, if we talk about, there are 930 technical interns who have already been sent from India to Japan. And so far, if we talk about, there are 29 sending organizations who are currently impaneled and working on TITP. If we look at for even this calendar year itself, we have sent around 341 technical interns, and majority of these technical interns have come in the automobile sector, in machinery. There are some of them has come in care workers, construction, agriculture, and there is an others category in which these candidates have come. So overall if we look at the horizon, Indian candidates have been coming in almost all the available sectors in under TITP, majorly in the manufacturing, automobile, and caregiver sector, and this becomes the key prime focus for Indian companies, sending organizations to further focus. As NSDC, we have also done some partnerships directly with some of the leading companies in Japan, which is like NEFCO, which is a global manufacturing company, and they also have multiple offices in India. We have partnership with Zenken, Omadera, TechnoSmile, Kotrani, and AOTS, who are also supporting NFDC and NFDC to implement, to basically aggregate demands in Japan. At the same time, also creating an awareness with the Japanese companies for the Indian candidates. While sending organizations have been implementing their own training programs in different parts of India, NFDC has also set up a training institute in Gurgaon, very near to the capital of India, Delhi, which is a Japanese language institute. And our major focus is to focus on the northeastern part of India, and that is where a lot of candidates from northeast are coming to this training center, and they are studying the 9 to 10 months of Japanese language long-term program. Uh, so if you look at this picture, these are the students from the nursing care. And these students have, all of them are covering almost all the states of Northeast, and they are studying like the Japanese language up to N3. And this picture is where Embassy of Japan visited the training center, both the first secretaries as well as the ANA, Airline General Manager, who visited. And this training center has been like being visited by many other Japanese partners, including JICA, where they have been interacting with the candidates. They have been understanding how the teaching is being done, the Japanese language teaching is being done to these candidates. And so far, we have really got a positive response, and we believe that similar such initiatives are being expanded further in all the states in India to promote more and more Japanese language. We are also, since NSDC is a monitoring body for TITP, under the purview of the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, we are closely working with the sending organization, and that is why a brainstorming workshop was conducted just last week to discuss about promoting TITP and SSW in India. The workshop was chaired by the Ministry of Skill Development Secretary, as well as Ministry of External Affairs, International Labour Organizations, and the other delegates. And many of the sending organizations, key participants who participated in the workshop to deliberate on how TITP and SSW can be promoted in India and Japan. And a lot of solutions came out and emerged. And we believe that with those solutions, the more and more Indians will get a chance to come to Japan. NSDC is also conducting a business matchmaking seminar in collaboration with JITCO, where two seminars are being planned. One is on 31st of October 2023 in Osaka, and the 2nd of November 2023 in Tokyo. This seminar is basically will create a platform for the Indian sending organizations to connect with the Japanese companies, the supervising organizations and implementing organizations to do a direct business matchmaking, to discuss the potential of the Indian candidates, and definitely it will also help to fulfill the Japan's labor requirement. And with support of sending organizations, we would like to expand multiple seminars and multiple awareness in different prefectures of Japan to create more and more awareness. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the presentation. Next, I would like to request retired Major Ashish Trivedi, Consultant, Confederation of Indian Industry, and Dr. Krishnan Narayanan, CEO, Nihon EdTech, to make a presentation virtually. 続きまして、インド工業連盟コンサルタント、退役軍人アシシュ・トリベティ様、および日本エデュテック CEO クリシュナン・ナラヤナン様よりオンラインでご講演いただきます。スクリーンをご覧くださいませ。
Visible. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Ashish, we'll proceed.
Thank you so much for arranging this seminar. I am Major Ashish Trivedi from CII. We are one of India's leading sending organization in a consortium with our partner Nihon EdTech Private Limited, who is represented by Krishnan Nihon, along with me in the presentation today. CII, as you are aware, is the India's largest industry association, non-government, not-for-profit, industry-led, industry-managed organization. We work very, very closely with various international organizations. We have almost 68 offices within India and 8 overseas offices. We work very, very closely in JETRO and JICA. And we, on the skill development side, we operate various multi-skill training centers within India. In TITP and SSW, we are a consortium partner with Nihon EduTech Private Limited. With Nihon EduTech, we have been working to promote TITP in India since 2017, when this partnership of TITP, Government of Japan and Government of India started. And we trained the first batch of candidates, which was then sent to Japan in 2018. Our office is headquartered in New Delhi. It is represented by Mr. Shaukat Roy Chaudhary, who is the Executive Director within CII and leads the skill development and livelihood. More details, I will request Krish San to take you through the operations, the activities which we do under TITP and SSW. Over to you, Krish San.
Thanks. If you can go to the next slide. 弊社として、日本語で話します。皆さん、おはようございます。クリスチャンと申します。弊社としては、先ほどアシッシュさんがおっしゃった通り、インドからの技能実習生、特定技能者の、パートナーオフチョイスになりたいと思って、初めからやっているということで、6年間の経験もありまして、300ぐらいの人材を今まで送り出してきています。で、今ですね、もっと上達にするために、我々が日本語だけではなく、技術訓練も一緒にするような形に今、インテグレーテッドセンターを作るとしているんです。Next page. Can you move to the next slide? はい、今、初めから製造とか自動車整備、インドから一番大勢の人材いるところが初めにスタートしてから、今最近はいろんなサービス分野でも送り出し始めて、介護または食品製造もスタートしているところです。で、それと別に農業と建設もやっていますので、一応技術グループを作るために北インドのグルガオンというところで教育センターをスタートして、10旅館ホテルとパートナーで、そこで技術訓練もできるように送り出す前に技術訓練を出してから送り出すようにしています。同じように南インドのポリテックコレッジ、レクトポリテックというところで、製造または建設、農業含むですね、技術訓練を作るということで、どちらでも日本人の先生がいまして、その他にインド人も日本語を教えたりという形に今しております。これは今年からこの形でやろうとして、介護もこれからですね、インドでおむつ交換、または異常とか、バイタルスチェックとかいろいろ教えてから送り出すという。で、日本に行ってからすぐ仕事で上手にできるように、個人的にもそれでちょっと給料も上がるだし、いろいろ評価が上がるということで、その形にしようとしています。Next page. これは今までの我々の成長としてですね、2017年にスタートして、今23年まで、先ほどおっしゃった通り、今300ぐらい送り出しができて、120はちょうどコロナの前でしたんで、今まで200、コロナ終わってから去年と今年で200ぐらい送り出しはできているということです。いろいろな職種で送ってきています。Next page. 我々の経験としては、初めからスタートして今3年間、5年間までなっているので、いろいろ技能実習終わって特定技能者に切り替えをしたり、 またはそこのサポートをしたり、いろんな受け入れ機関、受け入れ企業さんともつながりできて、大手からいろんな形のお客さんとのつながりもありまして、そこのサポートも、いろいろなサポートも、やっぱり全部スムーズにではいかないので、いろんなサポート、うちのインド人の方も日本にいる間の、いろんな問題解決したり、いろんなサポートをしてます。で、教育としては我々が日本語だけではなく、態度、行動、マナーが上手になるように送り出し、教育をさせて、送り出しとして、インドでは日本語は普通のミニチじゃなくて、丸ごとというテキスト、JPEN ファウンデーションの丸ごとというテキストからスタートしましたので、そこで続けてはいます。で、いろんな形で日本語で全部サポートもできるだし、日本でも我々のチームがいますので、本当にお客さんに関しては、強化が高いレベルのサポートをするということにしております。Next page。プロセスは皆さんもご存知だと思うんですけど、こちらで待機者を作るというパターンになっている、今のところはコロナもありましたので、そこに待機者を作って、今現在も100以上の待機者がいまして、そこからスタートということで、もしお客さんから特別なニーズがあれば、それに合わせて募集をしたり、集めて、事前面談をやってから、お客さんとの面接が行って、そういう形にしてます。いろいろなこちらでのフィルタリングテスト、クレプリングテストだったり、体力のいろんなテストとか、いろいろもできておりますので、お客さんのニーズに合わせて、いい人材、良い人材をこちらで募集して採用したいということで頑張っております。うちの、募集する方はほとんどですね、インドの職業専門学校、または専門学校、短期大学という形にしておりますので、学校だけではなく、その以上も勉強した方で、なぜかというと、そしたら日本語もできるだけ早めに日本語上手になって、その後送り出す前に技術訓練、先ほど言った通り技術訓練もできるようにしたいので、そういう形の方を募集して送り出ししています。Next page。これは今のチームなんですけども、その他にですね、アークアカデミーという学校ともパートナーシップがありまして、日本語、オンラインでもいろいろ手伝ってもらっているということです。と、CIA の方が先ほどおっしゃった通りですね、MCC というモデルキャリアセンターというところがいろんなインド全国でいろんな事務所があるので、そこ経由で我々が募集の手伝いを受けてますので、そこでいろんな職種の方、経験のある方、学歴でも職歴でも両方ちゃんと募集するようになっています。Next page。これは弊社の今のセンターの場所なんですけれども、南インドはまだ直便ではないんですけど、チェンナイはコロナのとはやめたんですけども、チェンナイがメインのセンター、南インドのチェンナイがメインのセンターで、それよりももっと南にトゥネルベリー、そこで寮とか、全部その場に6ヶ月行って勉強するような形になっています。北インドのデリーでも同じセンターを今センターをスタートしたんですけど、5月にこれからそういう寮とか技術訓練するところも全部含めてのセンターを作っているところです。Next page。まとめにですね、弊社ではいろんな職種の方をいろんなところで技術訓練も含めて送り出すことができて、今左側にちょっと小さいなんですけれども、そこで今の待機者の情報もで、農業と介護は今ほとんど特定技能者として送り出して、残りの職種はインドではまだまだ、特定技能の検定試験がないので、技能実習生として送り出しをしています。私のからはこれで以上ですので、ちょっとアシシに、Ashish, can you go ahead and explain the CIA portions? Ashish?
Thank you, Krishnan. I'll just take you through the CI Model Career Center. We have CI Model Career Center as our flagship intervention with the Ministry of Labor in India. We started this project in 2016 and this has grown in a very big way. Now we have 40 Model Career Center. These are basically placement linkage centers in India, which do the career counseling and placement of youth within India, which are ITI, diploma, and graduates. These 40 model career centers are spread across India and almost all key states and where the manufacturing hubs are there. And these are basically our mobilization centers for even international placement. When we work with Krishnan, this is where we mobilize candidates for Japan as well. Till now, 480,000 candidates have been placed in India. More than 800,000 candidates have been counseled, career counseled, and upskilled. 330 plus job fairs and 608,000 plus partner employers which work with us. Likewise, we have multi-skill training institutes in India. These are state-of-art industry government support skill training centers. Currently, we have in Chhindwara, Vayuru, Dharamshala, Navi Mumbai, Sindhudurg, Kolkata, and Kochi. And more such centers are coming up in this year. We'll be opening 3 more centers. The training in these centers happen as per industry requirement. These are candidates which pass out from 12th standard and do the training in these centers and then completely get absorbed within the industry. More 10,500 candidates have been trained per annum through these model career centers in India. These are also our mobilization centers for international placements focused for Japan as well. These are our 2 places where we do training in India. React for specifically focused for Japan, which Krishnan has already briefed you. Thank you so much, and we are waiting to expand TITP and SSW with all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for the presentation. Since Mr. Topten Dampo, Deputy Secretary, Commerce and Industries, Government of Sikkim, is not able to join this seminar, his presentation will be given by Mr. Sanjeev Manchanda, First Secretary, SSW Skill Development, Embassy of India, Tokyo, on behalf of him. シッキム州政府商工部課長トプテンダンポ様のプレゼンですが、オンライン参加ができないため、代わりに在日大使館、一等書記官、特定技能開発、サンジーブ・マンチャンドよりプレゼンをさせていただきます。
Good morning. Unfortunately, the representative from the government of Sikkim could not join due to some reasons. But we do have the presentation from the government of Sikkim, which is here in front of you. And the Secretary Commerce and Industry of Government of Sikkim was in Japan earlier this month as part of the CI delegation. So Sikkim is one state which is doing a lot of hard work in augmenting its human resources with a view to ensuring their transfer to Japan. So this is a small presentation which you will be able to see. Currently, the manpower situation in Sikkim, as you can see, the state government efforts in education, that is, it has 1 central university, 10 government colleges, 4 private universities and 5 private colleges. English is the medium of instructions, and besides these, 11 languages are also taught and are monitored. In the technical education parameters, government focus is on Industrial Training Institute, Advanced Technical Training Institute, Center for Computers and Communication Technology. There is a Sikkim Manipal Institute of Technology. New polytechnics are coming up, and a new engineering college funded by the government of India is also coming up. This would be of some interest to my Japanese colleagues. There are nursing colleges in Sikkim, which is Sikkim Manipal College of Nursing, then Government Nursing College, Sikkim Professional University Gangtok, and Sikkim Professional University Budang, West Sikkim. So the vision of the state government is one family, one entrepreneur. So there is a lot of focus on entrepreneurship to provide jobs and entrepreneurial opportunities to the youth in various countries, train youth of the state according to requirements of the employing countries. The state will revamp its skill development center and launch many initiatives, including introduction of foreign languages in school and colleges. The aim is not only to improve the technical skills of the youth, but also provide meaningful employment. So the strategy of the state government of Sikkim is to work with the recruitment partners in India for recruitment of manpower, to work with Japan Foundation for dissemination of Japanese languages in the state, introducing Japanese in colleges and schools as part of the curriculum, introducing Japanese and other foreign languages to youth looking to work in Japan, facilitation of student workers to learn Japanese, promotion of employment opportunities abroad by tying up with employment agencies and preparing a database of number of graduates available for immigration to be shared for employment opportunities. So these are the opportunities in Sikkim. In Kaigo, caregivers, there are 4 nursing institutes with over 200 nurses graduating every year. State is preparing a proposal for a pilot for Kaigo mobility to Japan, creation of database of nurses and healthcare workers in Sikkim. On September 6, a workshop for nurses in Gangtok regarding opportunities in Japan and registration of interested people will take place. They are working with Nihon EduTech, who are the partners of CII, as you just saw them, for this workshop. In September end, they are starting Japanese language classes in Gangtok for the pilot batch. And in Jan-Feb, there is a test in Japanese language. And March, they look forward to catering to visa processes and placement in Japan. So the government has taken a very focused strategy on augmenting the manpower supply to Japan. These are the opportunities in Sikkim. As we have already mentioned, there are technical institutes and 2 polytechnics. Manpower for Japan, they can look at supplying curriculum. They can design a curriculum with Japan in mind. Japanese language classes as part of the course to make them industry ready as soon as they graduate. And tie up with employment agencies in Japan to directly recruit graduates. As regards the Japanese language facilitation, they are working for promoting Japanese language in school and colleges. Some schools like Tashi Namgyal Academy have already started Japanese language classes, expanding Japanese language courses to other schools as part of the curriculum, awareness programs on Japan and Japanese culture, and exchange program with universities in Japan. So thank you very much. This was on behalf of the government of Sikkim. After they had visited us, they understood that there is a great demand in Japan for the Indian skilled and semi-skilled workforce. And they have taken certain policy measures, tweaked their internal Japanese language guidelines, introduced some specific courses with a view to augmenting manpower supply in Japan, especially in the nursing care sector. So similarly, other Indian states are also looking at their focused strategy with a view to ensure that Japanese demands are met by the Indian skilled and semi-skilled workforce. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you, sir. Next, may I request Mr. Masato Kume, Assistant General Manager, JITOCO, to make a presentation. 続きまして、公益財団法人国際人材協力機構国際部副部長、久米正人様よりご講演いただきます。
皆さんおはようございます。Good morning, everyone. Thank you for very much. Thank you for the, how can I say, taking of the giving us the opportunity to make a short speech today. すいません、日本語でやらせていただきます。最初のスライド、すいません、国際人材協力機構国際部の久米と申します。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。で皆さんのところで、すでに入国管理庁のデータ等で、把握はされていらっしゃると思いますけれども、直近の状況ということで、技能実習と特定技能の、この本年1月から5月までの新規入国の状況ということで、今の技能実習と特定技能を取り巻く環境とか、直近でどういう国々から入国されている方が多いかとかですね、そういったことの参考のために、ちょっとだけこの数字をご紹介させていただきます。で、いただいている時間5分ということで、もうすでに時間もしてますので、可能な限り短縮してご説明したいと思います。一番左側が2023年、本年ですね、5月までの直近で6月の数字が昨日か発表されてますけど、ごめんなさい、5月までの数字ということで、左側に国別、ベトナムから、ペルーまで並んでますが、順番としては、2023年の入国者、新規入国者が一番左、技能実習の入国者数が多い順番ということで、上から並んでいます。で、ベトナム、インドネシア、フィリピン、中国、ミャンマーということで、次にカンボジア、タイということで、皆さんおなじみの国々が並んでいるという状況です。で、少しだけ着目しておきたいということと、私ども、実国国際人材協力機構が、管理団体の皆様とか、から、参助会員の皆様から、次の国、今、ベトナムとか中国は、なかなか、いい人材が集まりにくい、募集をしても人が集まらない、というようなこととかですね、高齢者、中国の技能実習は40代とか50代という方も最近は、技能実習で新規入国される方も出てきているという状況で、それぞれベトナムは経済が好調で、なかなか国外に送り出す人材も、国外に行きたがる人材もいない。それから、中国のことに行きますと、政治的な問題とか、為替の問題とか、そういった問題もあって、なかなかこちらも人が集まりにくいと。で、かつてはかなり注目されてたタイなんかは、今やもう人を送り出すというよりも、近隣諸国から多数の、海外労働者、カンボジア、ミャンマーからたくさん受け入れているという状況で、全くもう送り出し国というよりも、海外労働人材の受け入れ国になっているというようなことで、このコロナ前後を境に大きく状況が変わっているということで、管理団体の皆様とか、受け入れ企業の皆様、参助会員の皆様からは、次の国を探したいんだけども、どうしたらいいでしょうか、どこがいいでしょうかとか、アドバイスということでいただけませんかということで、お電話をちょくちょくいただいているという状況です。そういう中で、青字でインドを示させていただきましたけども、技能実習だけでいけばですね、まだまだ数は少ないですが、2019年のコロナ前の同じ1号と比較すると、228% ということで、数としてはかなり増えてきていると。増加率としてはすごいということになります。特定技能は、2019年制度が始まったばっかりで、まだまだという状況ではありますけれども、それなりに数としては2019年との比較っていうのは、実際、特定技能の入国、新規入国は制度が始まって2019年の4月からしか特定技能外国人っていうのは日本に入ってきてないので、比較のしようはないんですけれども、46人という状況です。で、そういう中で、じゃあ、インドの手続きということで、次の NEXT スライド、please。すいません。先ほどからも皆様からご説明がありましたけれども、技能実習については二国間協定、インド政府と日本政府で2017年、特定技能は2018年と、結構早い段階から結ばれているという状況です。で、現時点、先ほどNSDC のアンシェルさんが登壇されましたけれども、彼のところで統括している、認定送り出し官が29ということで、ここは着実に増えているという状況です。インドネシアとかですね、中国とか、フィリピンとか、 そういった国々と比べて、手続きが極めて簡潔ということは、お伝えしておきたいと思います。特に大使館の認証とかですね、アポスティーユとかですね、そういったものは一切いりませんので、手続きとしては極めて簡便で、特別な手続きも必要はないし、余分なコストもかからないということで、送り出し、受け入れ手続きに関して何か問題があるとかですね、そういった状況では全くないという状況です。で、皆さんからいろいろお伺い、特に今、やっぱり南、西アジアということで、皆さんの新しく次の国ということでお探しの国々の皆様は、南西アジアということで、インドとかですね、バングラデシュですとか、スリランカですとかですね、特にそういったところにご関心を示されているところが多いということ。それから手続きが簡便ということと、日本の今の、人口の平均年齢48歳ですけれども、インドに至っては24歳ということで、約半分、そして人口も世界最大ということで、人材の宝庫という形で、我々実子としては考えています。あとは、インドというと特定、高度人材というイメージが高くて、なかなか高度人材なのか、インド料理店で働いている人なのかっていうイメージが日本人の中には強くて、なかなかその技能実習とか、特定技能外国人ということでインド人を受け入れるっていう、そういうイメージというかですね、頭として日本人としてはなかなかないので、これからそういったところをどうしていくかで、きちっと皆さんにインド人の魅力をお伝えしていこうということで、インド大使館 NSDC とともに我々としても取り組んでいるという状況です。で、すいません、次のスライド。これは実子の役割とかですね、右側に実子として各国の送り出し各国の状況っていうのを簡単にビデオクリップでまとめているので、その中に当然インドもあるので、この QR コードを見ていただく、読み取っていただくと、そのビデオがご覧いただけますということです。次のスライドをお願いします。で、今申し上げたように、インドの人材について、日本の市場で、外国人材、技能実習特定技能、外国人としての魅力、認知度を高めていくという意味で、先ほどNSDC の方からも話がありましたけども、実子と NSDC と共催で、10月31日、それから11月2日、大阪と東京で、実際に、インドの送り出し機関が、認定送り出し機関が現時点で15ぐらい日本に来てですね、それぞれ会場に個別のブースを設けて、管理団体、お越しになる管理団体の皆様と、B2B のビジネスをしていただいて、面談をしていただいて、そこでビジネスマッチングという形で、送り出し機関の状況とか教育体制とかそういったのを聞いて、ご興味のある管理団体さんは今後商談をされるというような機会を設けておりますので、これはもうすでに今週の月曜日から実子のホームページで募集させていただいておりますので、ご興味のある方はぜひご覧いただきたいと思います。それから実子としてはですね、主に参助会員の管理団体の皆さんは対象なんですけれども、実際にインドに触れてみようということで、実子のメンバーと管理団体の皆様と共にインドに行ってですね、先ほどありました、NSDC とか、それから、この海外労働人材を、統括している MSDE という技能開発省といったところにもサポートいただいて、教育施設を見たりですね、実際に送り出し機関を訪問したりというようなことも現時点計画しているという状況です。これはまた追って、ホームページ等で広報させていただきますので、ご興味のある方はぜひご覧いただきたいと思います。すいません。予定時間を超えました。今日はどうもありがとうございます。
久米様、ありがとうございました。続きまして、株式会社ナビス代表取締役社長中島康平様よりご講演をいただきます。Next, I would like to request Mr. Kohei Nagashima, CEO and President, Navis Human Resources Private Limited, Japan, to make a presentation.
皆さん、こんにちは。ちょっと時間が押してますので、ちょっとなるべくショートにやりたいと思います。じゃあ、ネクストスライド。 弊社はですね、2002年にインドで、日本人のエンジニアのためにですね、日本に来るエンジニアのために日本語を教えるというところで2002年に発足したんですけども、技能実習が始まるにあたって日本の方でナビスジャパンを作りました。そして昨年ですね、ドイツの方にもいろいろ看護師が不足しているということで、インドから看護師をドイツにも送るということで、今インドの方は日本だけではなくて、インド人の人材を世界中に輩出していくというようなことで、ドイツを皮切りにインド人材をどのように活用していくかというふうなことをフォーカスしています。それでインドの方がハブとなりまして、採用から教育、そして日本に送ったり、ドイツに送ったりするんですけども、すでに日本に1回来た人が、日本の技能実習した人がインドに帰って、今度はドイツの勉強をして、もうドイツの方でナースをするというような事例も出てきています。はい、NEXT please。これが今、日本側の方の実績ですけども、2017年ですけど、実際には2018年に初めて人が入ってからということになるんですけども、ただいまの日本で勤務している方が今85名、技能実習が23名、特定技能が62名、ビザ待っている方が32名、研修中という方がいて、それで合計すると183名ですね。これやっと183名ぐらいになったんですけども、いますと。で、今、ちょうど、クラス、ウッタラカンダプロジェクトの方から、33名、それから、メガラヤ州と組んだプロジェクトで、今40名の方が勉強して、今、これから面接とかをしていきます。で、日本にプレース、配属している、勤務している人たちっていうのは、北海道、北は北海道。で、あとは関東地区ですね。それから中部地区があって、関西があって、まだ九州、四国、中国とかないんですけども、これから展開していけたらなと思います。で、我々今、介護しか、フォーカスしてないというか、実績がないんですけども、病院で 6病院、介護施設で27病院、小児施設で1というところです。はい、ネクスト。で、これは先ほどもジトコさんがいろいろデータを言われましたので、あんま詳細言いませんけども、インドが中国を抜いて人口が一番多いということではあるんですけども、今、日本にいる外国人、レジデンツでいきますと、あんまり多くはない、だいぶ少ない方ですと。で、かつですね、何しに来てるかと、右側の表ですけども、大体先ほど言われましたように、家族帯同で来てるか、擬人国との高度人材で来ている。で、技能実習、特定技能というのは、まだ比率が少ないと。で、我々が営業をかけて、日本の企業様とか、病院様とか来ますけども、やはりインドの認知度というかですね、その技能実習、特定技能の認知度は低いので、なかなか最初説明するのが大変ですので、こういった機会を利用して、これからインド人がどんどん活躍してもらいたいエリアとして、この技能実習、特定技能も入ってもらいたいなということで、こういった活動にも我々も積極的に参画させていただいております。はい、で、今後の取り組みとしましては、今、もちろん介護施設の病院をメインでやってるんですけど、介護だけでは、介護は人が足らないんですけど、実際にはですね、看護師も足らないということで、今入ってきている看護師、我々は看護師を介護士として入れてるんですけども、病院の方で介護士だけではなくて、看護助手という感じで、看護師のヘルプをするという位置づけでも、採用がどんどん増えてきまして、慢性期だけじゃなくて、回復期、急性期の方でも、病院で採用され始めました。それから、施設とか病院を回ってて、人が足らないのはそこだけじゃなくて、給食の方もかなり人が足らないということですので、その給食の方の人材も入れる。そして、インド人の、介護士の女性の方が日本に来たときに、結婚して、すぐにでも日本に来たりするんですけども、やっぱり夫婦バラバラになるのも良くないので、そういった意味では、技能実習の給食とかですね、他のこともして夫婦で日本に来れると、家族バラバラにならなくていいのかなという意味で、これからちょっと介護だけではなくて、他の分野にも広げて、介護人材が安心して日本で家族というか夫婦で住めるようなことになればいいなと思っています。で、ここにあるのは、我々がお客様を探すだけではなくてですね、インドのより良い高度な教育を受けた人材を採用するということで、州政府と タッグを組んでまして、介護の方ではテランガナ州、ウッタラカンド州、メラガヤ州ですね、北東部。それから給食ですと、ウッタラカンドの州政府と組みながら人材を供給してもらっています。で、今後、広げていこうというところに、空港ですね、今、どんどんインバウンドで、どんどん外国人が入って、空港の方も忙しくなってますけど、空港のグランドハンドリングが足らないということで、ここに関しては、やっぱりグランドハンドリングは雨の日も風の日も雪の日もずっと外で働かなければならないということで、インド人の退役軍人とかですね、そういった体が丈夫でデシプリンな方を入れるということで、今、こういったところとも連携をして、グランドハンドリングに入れていく。それから空港のセキュリティチェックとかでは擬人国ですね、NCC、インドでは国立軍事教練生といって、年間に2ヶ月か3ヶ月間教練をするという制度が国立でありまして、そういったところの大学を出た人、大学でまた NCC をやっている方たちがセキュリティで入れたらなということも考えています。で、その後宿泊の方もですね、技能実習、今後もうそろそろ特定技能もインドで試験が始まるというふうなことの噂というか、そういう仕掛けもしてあるようなので、そうすると特定技能でも、ホテルマネジメント学校と組んで人材を出したいなと思っています。それから農業とか食品加工につきましては、食品加工の方は、これもウッタラカンド州の方が人材を出したいと言ってますし、農業ではNGO の職業訓練学校が協力してくれるということになっています。あとエンジニア、これはもう有名ではあるんですけども、我々は手がけてないんですが、かなりエンジニアも足らないと言われているので、ちょっとその技術系大学と組んで、擬人国のエンジニアも入れていこうかなと思っているところです。はい、次のページです。先ほど言ったところの、今、ちょっと詳細に入るんですけども、今、ナビスと、州政府とプロジェクトを組んでいるということで、まず、1番目の丸1って書いてあるんですね、テランガナ州。で、ここはこの間、50名ほど、人を採用、人を集めて、あとプレイスメントが終わって、これから日本に入ってくるというところです。で、2番目がウッタラカンド州。まさに今これ、33名の方が今来て、バンガロー、勉強している最中です。で、メガラヤ州、これは今月始まりますけど、今月の一昨日始まりましたけど、メガラヤ州で看護師を今、23名ですか、23名来て、これから勉強して日本に来ると。で、今後はアンドラプラデシュ州、タミナルド州、ウッタルプラデシュ州というところと組みながら人材を、日本に送り出していこうということになっています。はい、次のページです。で、これが介護の人材募集でリクルートメントキャンペーンということで、テランガナ州でトムコムというところでやったキャンペーンと、ウッタラカンドでこういう広告を打ちまして人材を集めたというところですね。はい、次のページ。で、次のページは、これから、まだ始まってないんですけど、ほぼほぼ契約が決まりそうなグランドハンドリングの状況ですけども、そこに対して AWPO とか NCC から人を今、これから10月ですね、10月に採用、人を集めて、面接をしていくというような段取りに今、やってます。それから次のページですね。ホテル。このホテルの方は、インドにはホテルマネジメントの学校もたくさんありますので、そういった学校と組みながら、技能実習でも特定技能でも出せるようなカリキュラムがちゃんとありますので、そこから、これからホテルの方にも展開していきたいなというふうに思っております。で、次のページ。で、あと農業に関しましては、これ NGO ではあるんですけども、SSRD ですね。こういうところから、農業の勉強している、実際職業訓練している方々を日本に送れたらなということで考えていまして、まだ実績はないんですけども、こういった取り組みの中から一人でも多く優秀なインド人材を日本に送り出したいなというふうに思っております。はい。どうもご清聴ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。続きまして、JASX Ventures 顧問、磯貝富夫様よりご講演いただきます。Next, I would like to invite Mr. Tomio Isogai, advisor, JASX Ventures, to make a presentation.
皆さん、こんにちは。Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here to present JCEX, one Northeast Indian agency for developing human resource in India. I like to talk about opportunities for Indian youth in Japan. There is no doubt that in Japan we have serious shortage of manpower. And we know that in India, abundance of youth, talented, educated people are there. So it's a totally win-win situation if we promote the Indian youth, talented youth to be here in Japan. That's what we are working on. JCEX is focused on driving Indian Japanese educational opportunities in Northeast India and is currently focused on Japanese language training and skill development. JCEX Ventures is an educational service company with a focus of building a pool of Japanese bilingual resources with the highest quality of language and cultural training. JCEX is engaged in training Indian youths, especially from Northeast India, in employable skills and placements of skilled and semi-skilled Indian youths in Japan under various private initiatives as well as G2G programs like TITP and SSW. Next, please. JCEX Ventures is part of the consortium empaneled by NSDC as a sending organization and unique, only one sending organization based out of Northeast India. The consortium is listed in Japan OTIT website at the link and on the NSDC website as well. The non-profit venture is also available at JCEX Ventures, just as shown here. Next, please. Some of the key achievements I'd like to share today. Academic knowledge partner agreement concluded with NEC Corporation in India. Trained over 100 candidates so far in Japanese language and culture, and another 30 under training at present. The first batch of 12 got trained for SSW and TITP, and 23 are under training right now. Out of them, 6 got SSW qualified, and out of them, 2 got placed just recently. 4 under the placements. And another 4 got placed for TITP programs, and others are going through interviews right now. Empaneled with NSDC as a sending organization for the international placements in Japan under the government-to-government programs. Next, please. The consortium empaneled with NSDC is as follows. The consortium comprises with the following members: Insight Alpha Research and Solutions Private Limited, New Delhi, JCEX Ventures in Guwahati, Assam, and Music Mind, Japan, and representatives are here with me today. MOU with TARC, Tokyo Asia Resource Corporation, for receiving Japan-ready human capital from India as the parent company. Music Mind, our consortium partner, is a registered support organization under the SSW program. Next, please. Our customer alliances include as follows: those organizations in Assam, Meghalaya, Guwahati, Assam, and many others just shown here. Next, please. Yes, some of the other customer alliances include Meghalaya, Nagaland, Mizoram, and Meghalaya. It includes Nagaland University, Mizoram University, and proposals from various training institutions, government institutions, state and public sector enterprises in the Northeast India for refinancing the training for Japanese language and the culture training. JCEX is collaborating with schools, colleges, and universities to set up the Japanese language department and has conducted seminars and other interactive activities. Next, please. Current activities and programs represented by the name Use for Japan is like this. Number one, Japanese language in schools. Number two, Japanese language certification courses. Number three, 5-year integrated study skill work program in Japan. Next, please. Number four, 1 to 2 years Japan-ready industry-ready programs. Number five, G2G TITP SSW programs, especially in the elderly caregiver sector. Number six, regular JLPT training programs are also conducted. Next, please. Some of the pictures I would like to show you. Those are the candidates in our Japanese language centers in Guwahati. Some of the MOUs signed off with the institutions in Northeast India. Look at that. The arrow shows me. You cannot see it. Next, please. Yes, here it is. Here I am. This was in the Mizoram University. Next, please. Yes, some of the exhibitions. Next, please. Okay, very important point for discussion today. I like to mention challenges and critical issues. Number one, high initial cost. Yes, for creating and holding the trained candidates who are desperate to earn money till they got placed after a long time for the training from the start of the enrollment. Number two, local issues for Northeast India. Yes, no examinations being conducted in Northeast India. Poor network environment sometimes. Non-availability of skilled Japanese language teachers. Next, please. Number three, low acceptance of Indian workforce in Japan, as discussed by other speakers. Number four, aptitude of Indians, especially punctuality, as you know, which is most important in Japan. So I'd like to share one thing. It's a difference between India and Japan. The difference in value system is very clear, written by some Japanese and Indian writers in a book. I tell you this, when an Indian businessman says, I can make 100, the Indian partner will take it as he will do only 80. You know why? Because Indian people tend to exaggerate and overstate. When a Japanese says, I can make 100, then we know that he has a capacity to make 120. So in the Indian's case, very aggressive approach, yes, but it is also risky for many people. In the Japanese way, we are very conservative approach, yes, but it's very accountable. So there is a gap of 40. Next, please. So one more thing. Then Indian and Japanese, what will be? When an Indian asks Japanese partner, can you make 100? The Japanese will answer to you, I can do 90, but try to make 100. When a Japanese asks you to an Indian, can you make 100? How will you answer to the Japanese? The best answer is this. Yes, I can try to do 100, but 80 for sure. I know that Indian people say always yes. That's why I'm saying yes. Okay, next please. So my suggestion to all the Indian young people who are looking for opportunities in Japan, I'd like to give them suggestions. Number one, get deeper into the culture. Please learn the local language, of course, and try local food as well. And do not mix with the Indian people here in Japan. Mix with the Japanese people. Number two, learn its history and culture as well. Sightseeing, historical spots can be good learning. Experience culture together with the locals, always. Number three, observe and follow the local manners. Again, I like to stress here, punctuality in Japan is most extremely important, and that punctuality means to the minute, not to the minutes. That's the difference. Respect all religions, and Japanese people are very good in accepting and respecting all the religions. So that's an advantage for all of the Indian people, wherever they are coming from. Plus one, be ready always to talk about your own country because you are the ambassador here. Okay, that's the end of my speech. Thank you so much for your attention. And let's make the promotion together to promote more and more Indian workforce to come to Japan because it's a win-win situation. Thank you very much.
ありがとうございました。ここで質疑応答を受け付けたいと思います。時間が押してはおりますが、ご質問がある方は挙手にてお知らせください。We'd like to have a Q&A session here. If you have any question, please let us know. ご質問ございませんでしょうか。そうしましたら次に移りたいと思います。So we'd like to move on to the next program. Lastly, may I invite Mr. Sanjeev Manchanda, First Secretary, SSW Skill Development, Embassy of India, Tokyo, to make a vote of thanks. 一等書記官特定技能開発サンジーブ・マンチャンドより感謝の辞を申し上げます。
So thank you very much. I would like to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of the Embassy of India. First and foremost, I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to our ambassador, His Excellency Mr. C.B. George, who found time to attend this event and shared his thoughts with us. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of our partners from India who have devoted a considerable time and efforts in giving their presentations. Mr. Anshul Singhal, Deputy General Manager from National Skill Development Council, representatives from Confederation of Indian Industries, Major Ashish Trivedi, retired, who is consultant with CII, Dr. Krishnan Narayanan, who is CEO of Nihon EduTech. We also would like to extend thanks to our local partners here who have been consistently supporting us in giving us efforts and support for the outreach events. Mr. Masato Kume, Assistant General Manager, JITCO. Mr. Kohi Nakashima, CEO and President, Navis Human Resources Private Limited. Mr. Tomio Isogai, Advisor, J6 Ventures LLP. I would also like to extend my gratitude to my colleagues in the embassy who have put together this event and coordinated with all of you. And before we conclude, let me just tell you what is in plan for us going forward. So now we are doing major promotion events in the prefectures. As Ambassador already mentioned in his speech, we did an event in Chiba Prefecture recently on August 25, and on September 20, we plan to do in Fukuoka Prefecture. So when we are doing events in the prefectures, there is a lot of pent-up questions and demand coming because I think prefectures are indeed facing some shortages in the labor and they are happy and excited to figure out the way forward and how they can collaborate with us. We also plan to do sector-specific theme-based events. For example, we have planned to do an event on nursing care going forward, in which we will again invite some of our key partners who will talk to us about the challenges and the opportunities in the nursing care sector. We will take it further forward. Already mentioned by JITCO that there will be a big expo here of the sending and receiving organizations. NSDC is going to lead a delegation here on October 31 in Osaka and November 2 in Tokyo. That event is going to be connected with SVOs and SOs from India, SVOs in Japan. Finally, in the institutional framework, we are looking forward to the holding of a joint working group committee meeting very soon between India and Japan to take stock of all the opportunities and cost and all the other attendant matters in this regard. So once again, I thank you very much for your kind presence today, taking out time and be part of this discussion. We do hope that you would have got certain insight about what the embassy plans to do in hand-holding in relation with our partners to take the promotion of Indian skilled workforce in Japan. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu.
We will now conclude the event on India-Japan Skill Connect TITP and SSW Experience Sharing today. 以上をもちまして、本日のイベント、日印スキルコネクト技能実習制度と特定技能事例紹介を終了とさせていただきます。Thank you very much for your participation today. We have a networking session with light refreshment at the foyer just outside of this venue. We hope you will join us. この後、ネットワーキングセッション、軽食付きのネットワーキングをこの会場を出てすぐのホイヤーで開催いたしますので、皆様ぜひご参加くださいませ。本日はご参加いただきまして誠にありがとうございました。